Okay, so we're waiting on him to get in the room.
Okay, so we're gonna disconnect this. Okay. Okay, y'all. So if he's here, okay, let me tell him to jump on. He needs to send it in. I need to see if he's here. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see if he's okay. Okay, so send me a request to join. Okay, you trying to connect. Okay, he's trying to connect, y'all. He's trying to connect. Okay. Okay. Let me tell my people technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. Approve. Okay. Bring them on. Okay.
Is it a little better?
Much better. I don't know what the hell's up with StreamYard. Oh my gosh. So this will be uploaded YouTube something. I'll figure out something. Um so anyway, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I'm like we were just talking just normally, like, what the hell?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Let me turn my brightness up here. Okay. Okay. So you are the current reigning Mr. Gay World New York 2021. Ooh, look at that sash. Look at that sash. And you know what's so funny? It just dawned on me. We actually, like, so we met at the Mail Review show initially,
Hmm.
officially. But I think we were talking at Mr. Gay America, though, because I think I was working one of the doors and I thought that was
Yeah,
you in a little brown hoodie get up. Okay. I'm
I was
like, it just
incognito.
dawned on me. Yes, it just dawned on me. Okay. Okay. Look at God. Look at God. Look how he
Won't he
works.
do it?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's just dive right in. What what is like what's the process like for competing for Mr. Gay World? Like, is there a certain pageant level you have to go through to get to that step, or can you
The
just dive right in it?
process is actually tedious, but there's no particular pageant level to do the competition. We have gentlemen competing as actually their very first competition, but they showed interest, they showed the qualities that it took to be a representative, and the directors put faith in each of us to show up and show out like we did.
Okay. Now, with any pageant, because I know our current, well, he's soon to be former, but he will always be Mr. Gay USFA to me. My dear shorty, my brother Roman, I know he has sponsors,
Shout out to
and
Roman Tejor.
yes, shout out to Roman and the entire House of Tejor. Shout out to Kashmir and Zakori, who are competing, um, and I know he has like sponsors. And um, do you have to go out and get like your own sponsors and stuff so that way you can compete for these type of competitions and the travel and all that?
Well, yeah, you do. You are actually responsible for getting your own sponsors per se. Some sponsors come by hearing that you're doing a pageant. I actually got a cash app a couple of days ago from someone who saw that I was doing a pageant and they just want to show their support. So sometimes it does come in voluntarily. And at times, if you do need the help, it's okay to ask, or people put posts on Facebook so they can get it. But
Okay.
for the most
Okay.
part, I've been financing this myself. But all sponsorship
Wow.
is welcome. All sponsorship is welcome. If you believe in me like I believe in me, it'll be worth it, I promise.
Exactly. Now, y'all, we had to go Facebook Live because had some technical difficulties with StreamYard. First time I ever had technical difficulties, but it's all good. Thank God we are in a world of technology where we have many different avenues. So if y'all are watching this now, because this was live about, we'll say, an hour or two ago, and you want to Cash App him, I will include the Cash App in the description of the video when I repost this on here and YouTube and the Velvet Rope Facebook page and Twitch as well. I forget how many places I'm on. So let me give you a little backstory. So he and I, we met at the Sin City Inferno weekend, which was a fabulous weekend. Oh my God. I think most of us, including myself, we barely got any sleep because it was event after event after event after event.
But all of them were worth it. All of them were
they
definitely worth it.
They were worth it. But thank God most of the events were at night so we could kind of sleep during the day.
For those of us who can't sleep, I was still on East Coast time, so I was up. I'm usually up by like 8 a.m. anyway. And being that I was
you were really
in Vegas,
up at
I was up at 5.
I was about to say you were up at 5.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I met well, y'all know him as Donald. I know him as Donald or Nate or Neo. He has so many different personas.
1,000 personas and aliases.
1,000. I just know him as Boo.
Most of y'all know me as Neo Hall Richards, though.
There you go. See, y'all know him as Neo. I know him as Boo because I just call everybody Boo because I forget names so much. Everybody is Boo to me. I met Boo after one of his performances, and it was hands down the bomb. To the point where the guy that came after him, they weren't, no shade, he wasn't really getting the money like that. Boo came out and shut it down, and he was the first one, and he shut it. The floor was covered. Okay, it was covered. After his performance, I went up to him and, I was like, oh, hey, you did an amazing job. I was like, can I get a picture? And, hey, and then we saw each other at the next event, and we just, the friendship has blossomed.
Yeah.
So you were at, like we said, we met initially and not knowing each other, met at Mr. Gay America.
Yeah.
I was working the final night, and I feel like from being there after working the final night, I am glad I didn't go to the first 2 nights because it seemed like the final night was the night to be there because it looked like everybody was there. The place was packed from top to bottom.
Everybody was there, but honestly, if you weren't there for the prelim nights, you did miss a lot. Because for final night, you only get to see the people who actually made the top group, the top 12. But there were so many amazing contestants. For the prelim nights, from the looks, the talents, to everything, it was dope. But at the end of the day, it's up to the judges. They scored how they scored, and they moved forward. So final night is always exciting to be at. But to see the full scope of what's going on and who's competing and like what the contest is really like, it's good to try to make at least one of the prelim nights if there are multiple.
Well, I guarantee you next year, if Simba, and I'm gonna need you to talk to Simba. Ooh, I'm trying to get my camera adjusted. I'm gonna need you to talk to Simba and tell him bring it back to Vegas. I will be at all 3 nights. I will be at a table. Okay. I will be at one of the VIPs, and you know me, y'all saw how I dressed for that drag brunch. My second look, I came in my little Easter pink suit, baby. I will come in a red suit, baby, next time with my red fedora, baby. Okay, I will come dressed out to the nines.
Gay America is good. I got to enjoy it. My gay world family. Some of my brothers were there as well, so it was an awesome time. Definitely an awesome time.
Tell y'all, Mr. Gay America, to me, and I might get a little shit for this, but I don't care. Miss America, Miss Universe, Miss Teen America, Miss Teen Universe, all that stuff, they ain't got shit on Mr. Gay America, baby. Mr. Gay America was amazing. It was like, I'm putting y'all on a high pedestal on this one. Y'all were so bomb. It's like watching Mr. Gay America was so bomb. It was like on the level of Rihanna's Fenty fashion show. And that's high level because Rihanna's Fenty fashion show is the business. And for y'all to be just as bomb as her, that's amazing in my eyes.
It gets better from there. Make sure y'all come out, Mr. Gay World. November 12th to 14th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If you don't have the information, hit me up. Check out the site. We have a page, the Mr. Gay World USA organization page. Find out about the contestants, all the information. You definitely don't want to miss it.
Now, I saw something where fans can vote.
Yes, we're gonna start the People's Choice Awards coming up soon, where all
Ooh.
your friends, family gets an opportunity to actually vote for who they want to see in the top group for Mr. Gay World.
So, okay, now forgive me. I'm a Drag Race fan, so and they always say Drag Race is like a pageant. Well, they say a pageant is like Drag Race crammed into 3 nights.
Yeah.
And so the People's Choice, which is the Mr. or Miss Congeniality, so to speak, because that's where the fans get to vote for who they think is,
Well, it's not necessarily congeniality. It's more like the fan favorite award.
favorite.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you don't win, I'm gonna send somebody down to Florida to act like Kanye and jump on that stage like, hold on, I know you won, but Neil Hall Richards is the best performer of all time.
Do that. Well, help me win. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your fans, everybody who's watching. Even if you don't like me, tell somebody to vote for me anyway. Spread the love and the joy.
I will. Boo,
but, yeah,
I will vote every day. I will vote every day. Shoot, that's not a problem. I got you. So, aside from Mr. Gay World, you're also a hairstylist. You are one of the hair gods out here.
I'm a natural hair tech. Yeah, I am.
Natural hair tech.
Mm-hmm.
So
I specialize in natural hair, like the processing and coloring I can do, but I don't do because it's not necessarily my forte. And before I mess up your hair, I'm not gonna mess up my name. So we're gonna stick to what we know.
Do you do weaves?
I do weaves, I do locks, I do extensions, I do sew-ins, I make wigs, I do a little bit of everything.
Oh,
I just don't necessarily do the bleaching and coloring and stuff.
Oh, well, we might have to talk. Let me make sure I'm not connected on Wi-Fi. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to talk because I might need to have a wig made or something. Like Maddie says, 40 inches are better. Hey, if you ain't rocking 40 inches, something wrong with you. But so the only other, well, I know 2 hair techs that are well known. One is based out of, I think he's in Chicago. I know his name is Gianni Dior, I believe. Y'all can find him on Instagram. I forget his Instagram name is long, but just know he's naked pretty much on his Instagram. The boy body's he got booty. He do. I'm gonna send you his Instagram later so you can see. You'll be like, oh my God, he do hair? Like, yes, baby. The other one, of course, I'm sure being a hair technician, you have to know who she is. Kim Kimball. I mean, would you say you're on like that level of her, like how she is?
I can say I will be. I'm definitely getting there.
Okay.
I'm going to give her credit because it's definitely due.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Yeah,
definitely.
She's amazing. I watched her reality show, and aside from the drama, the clients she's worked on, the hairstyle she does, like to find out she did Nikki's braided wig for the motorsport video, I can't imagine the man hours it takes to do something like that, because that's a lot of hair. That's a lot. It does.
I've done hair for music videos and stuff too, so it does take
So when we're kind of jumping all over the place. That's what we do here. We jump back and forth.
That's right.
When it comes to doing like music videos and just, for clients, period, do they give you a time frame of when, okay, the music video, we're shooting this day, so you have maybe a week to prepare the hair or even a few days?
Well, it depends on when you actually jump in on the project. If you're in the beginning, you're a part of seeing the looks, what it's supposed to look like, how it's being styled, so you can have an input and idea of what the hair is supposed to look
Mm-hmm.
like. Sometimes your clients already come with what they want or how they want their hair, so it makes it a little easier that way.
Now, would you say it's better for them to have their looks already prepared so that way they know what they want to look like, so it's easier for you?
Um, for me, it doesn't really matter because I like
Okay.
to tell people all the time, if you 1, 2, 3, 4, I can 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you have a look or a style or something that you want, I can mimic it or actually make it happen, you know. But
Okay.
as far as the process itself, if I'm a part of the process of getting it together, I get a little more input or detail so I can add my little finesses to it. But
Got
ultimately,
you.
I want to
Okay.
give the client what they're looking for, you know.
Oh, okay. So, word on the curb. The word on the curb is you worked with a icon in our world and who is an icon in the ballroom world. The word on the curb is you have worked with Miss Dominique Tyra, aka Miss Electra Abundance. Is that true?
That is definitely true. I am her
Oh,
personal hairstylist, as well as long-term friend. I've known Tyra for years.
I feel so honored. I have Miss Electra's personal hairstylist and friend. I am 1 degree away from Mother Electra. Because
We've
I have a
modeled together, we've done showcases together, we've shows together, I danced for her.
oh,
We have history.
and y'all, he can dance, y'all. He can dance. If y'all seen my Facebook story over Labor Day weekend, y'all know I'm talking about he can dance. But we won't get into that. I've been told by HR we can't talk about that. Um, but no, I have a tank top. A friend of mine, he does like different types of merchandise, like Power Rangers and anime, and he even did a lot of stuff. He created his own merch for like that was inspired by Pose.
Okay.
And I bought a tank top, and it's a cartoon drawing of Electra, and it looks amazing. And it says, "I am the only Electra," and I'm like. I told him, I said, I have to have that tank top. And he sent it to me. I have it. I'll send you a picture of it. It's so cute. Um, but that's amazing though, because I mean, you know, I think our generation is the Paris is burning generation. This generation is the Pose generation. So we knew about ballroom before Pose was even in existence, and to see
But now the
Pose,
world at large knows about it. Like our
right? The
community
world
knew
really
about it
knows.
back then, and the community itself is still learning about it. But now the world at large has an insight into the culture, the creativity, the talent
They
that's actually out there,
they get
the
to
diversity.
see exactly they get to see the diversity, the culture, but then they also get to see this underground world, which is pretty much what ballroom kind of still is, an underground world that the public is slowly catching on to. And they got a glimpse of it when Vogue came out, but for most of us, like myself and you as well, we knew about ballroom before Vogue even came to an existence.
I don't know what
And
you're talking about. I'm only 18.
ah, you are dumb as hell. How dare
No,
you
but you're
make me
right.
older than you? But I mean, again, he's so stupid. But I mean, again, for Tyra and Michaela J and Haley and Angelica, for all them to finally get the recognition and shine that the trans community is getting, because they're a representation of the trans community. Because for us as gay men, we've been represented on TV for years, good, bad, and indifferent, but the trans women have
Well,
never really been
gay
shown.
men have been put on TV for years, not
Right,
necessarily
not
represented
represented, but
for one classification of what society believes that all gay men are. And we're
right.
on a wide range, it's a whole spectrum. But
And
yeah,
I went to a roundtable discussion about 3 years ago. I think about 3 years ago, and and one of the panelists was a black lesbian woman, and I asked her. I said, we have representation of gay men, far as RuPaul and Drag Race and Will and Grace and Noah's Ark, but do you feel like there's a lack of masculine representation? Because what being shown on TV, like you said, it's a one type of gay male, and society thinks that's what gay men is. Like men on film, like they just basically think we're all feminine and sassy and we do this and we talk like this, and that's not it at all.
Right.
There's many different levels, you know. I
There's
mean,
levels to
there's levels. You have, you know, the feminine man. You have the in between, like myself, the in between, the masculine male, such as yourself, you know, who can, well, you know, we say the masculine males like you know, we say y'all can pass, y'all give trade. It's like y'all can walk down the street
and
and not get clocked.
nobody bothers or knows any difference.
Right. But
But
for somebody like me, I get clocked because, you know, well, shit, I give you fashion, I give you purses, I give you looks. I mean, damn.
at the end of the day, you have to be you, and you have to be true to who you are. That you're the only person. If worst comes to worst, you go to bed with yourself. You have to wake up to yourself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
So you have to be able to have that strength and confidence within yourself, regardless of the world or society may put out or deal you,
Right.
or what it has dealt you. It's
Mhm.
not to say
It's true.
let's go out and not have a care. You should always be safe. You should always be protected, but you should always know your truth first. Before you try to put the truth on anyone else, you should know your own truth and stand firm in your truth. So you don't have to prove it to the world. It's just going to exude from you.
Right. So getting back to the pageant world,
Okay.
have you experienced any type of, like, you know, shady, backstabbing, messy, you know, from other contestants? Have you ever competed against friends
Um,
and in that
Well,
era?
ultimately, I'm always competing against friends because, well, in my pageant history, some of the people that I've competed with, I've either seen in pageantry before, competed against, or dressed, or they have dressed me. So at the end of the day, you're always really competing with your friends because as you go out, you meet people, you make that friends, you make those connections, you make those family moments. So it's cool. When I go to compete, I'm not necessarily competing against someone else. I'm competing with other contestants to see who the judges think is the best. I'm not competing against them because I can only present what I prepare. I
Okay.
can
So
only put the package that I have.
so basically, like, at the end of the day, you're competing against yourself pretty much.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
With my
Okay.
brothers who are competing as well.
Now, have there been times where, now I know, you know, you as a pageant winner, I know y'all have been groomed to answer questions a certain way.
I'm going to give you the real, I promise.
Has there ever been a time where you felt like the person that won shouldn't have won?
Yes.
Like, sometimes people, like some person, and y'all, when I say person, I mean male or female, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You see in pageants, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen this, where, say, if me and Donald were competing and we had a third person, and I nail, we'll say talent, I nailed talent. Donald nails interview, and the other person nails presentation. And then that third person ends up winning overall. It's like, well, how the hell did they win if they failed at talent and interview? But that don't make no
But
sense.
what people have to understand, just because they didn't win the category doesn't mean they necessarily failed. They just didn't get that higher score. But if talent is 100 points and you got 100, but I scored a 99, you still won the category.
Right.
But I'm right underneath you. So if in interview I got 100 points and you only got a 60, or if you got an 80, even if you got a 95, that jumped my scores above yours. So seeing category versus category, you'll see your highs and lows of winners. But ultimately, the part that people never see, which is always debatable because, you know, people are always in their feelings. You know, you have people who you root for, who you want to win. As the statement says, the scores are the scores. Whether people feel they are right or wrong, the scores are still the scores.
Wow.
So ultimately, the combination of all the points that you make in a pageantry dictate who wins the pageant or who is crowned at the pageant or stashed or medallionized or whatever, what have you.
Wow. You're right. Right. Yeah. Because that, you know, as they said in Mr. Gay America, you know, they were medallionized, you know. But us old school, we always say no, they're snatching the crown.
Yeah, because we
And
like
I
the
mean,
buckets and stuff.
yeah, and I think they need to bring back the crowns. Like they have them for the ladies. Why not have them for the men?
Well, some pageants still have crowns for the men, or as
They
people
need
like
to.
to call them, male contests. They're still male pageants, but in my opinion,
Right.
but some do still have crowns.
Okay. So let's get a little messy because I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're on a time crunch, so let's not
No,
take
we
up too
good,
much of
we
your
good.
time. Um, so a lot of people like myself, I was myself and a few members of House of Tejour, we had found out that they did the Miss Continental on Labor Day. Um,
Mhm.
and how did you feel about some of those gowns at Miss Continental? Because we were all looking at them, we were like, "Girl, you sure?
Um,
You ain't gotta say no names."
I didn't have a particular feeling about gowns per se. Some gowns did stand out more than others, and
Yeah,
no, this is not the pageant answer. But ultimately, gown is based on style. I've seen gowns in the category that I looked at and went to the bar, or went to get something to drink, or went to the bathroom. But again, it's just scores and scores. Gown is really ultimately your style and your fit, your confidence in it, and how you sell it.
yeah,
Because if you can sell it, they're gonna buy it. You
exactly,
can wear a
exactly.
brown paper bag, but if you can sell it, they're gonna buy it.
In the words of the great Ginger Minge, honey, okay, bitch, throw away the receipt. I'm buying it. Throw away the receipt. And I will say, I will mention her name. Um, oh my God, her first name just left my mind. She's an O'Hara. Oh my God, beautiful black woman, and the way her gown was presented, it was amazing. I
Dorothy.
know, yes, Silky O'Hara, yes. The way her homeboy came from behind her and just pop, pop, pop. I said, we lived for that.
She
And her
understood
face
the
was
assignment.
face
She
was
definitely
done,
understood
hair
the
was
assignment.
beat up. And I looked at her face. I told them, I told my boys, I said, that's old school paint right there. That's 4 or 5 hours paint right there. Now, the thing that gagged me was, they pretty much had it all almost in over the weekend, right? The Miss Continental, the
Mr.
Elite,
The Elite
Mr. and at large for
Plus,
Miss.
yeah.
Um, plus, excuse me. Um, I was shocked to see Naisha Lopez compete in Mr. Continental. And
Well, Naisha didn't compete in Mr. Her twin brother did, but he served it too. They not
what?
Naisha didn't compete because Naisha's the girl. So we're gonna call her twin brother who came out and
Oh,
competed for the Mister, but he
child,
turned it. He turned it.
child,
And
child, you had me
that's
gag for a minute.
really to show that you can't sleep on somebody based on who you know them as or who you think they are. Because
But see,
anybody
this is the
can
thing.
come up and turn it out with everything that you never expect.
But see, this is the thing. Everybody knows Naisha as Naisha.
Hmm.
It's rare we see her as her boy side. And when she competed as her boy side, we were like, "Where the fuck this bitch
Just
get
a
this?"
fine man on stage,
Right?
killing it.
It's
You
like,
could say,
where does body come from? Because she's a hell of a dancer. Like I saw her on Drag Race. She was a great dancer, great performer. She turns it. She gives looks. But for her to come out as a boy or as her twin brother, as you say, it really threw everybody for a loop, which was cool. And to find out that she won the swimsuit edition, that was cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Who won Mr. Continental? I'm gonna keep my mouth closed on that. Um,
wow.
there's always next year. Um, I'm not saying y'all gonna see me compete, but actually, um, I'll let it be known because so I know you missed the benefit show for um, our boys that are going to Texas now to compete.
Yeah.
We had a benefit show at Piranha, and of course they had me host. Um, and so off stage, Roman came up to me. He's like, we got to get you ready for a pageant. I'm like, the
You
hell.
want to do it. You want to do it. You thinking about
So
it.
So when Roman gets back, I'm gonna talk to him, and we're gonna slowly start grooming me.
Prepping.
We're gonna
That
start
works.
prepping.
We
We're gonna
need some
start
first
prepping.
blood in the pageantry system, in the pageantry
Well,
world in general.
well,
Spice up the place.
you you see me perform, so you see. I think what I did at Drag Brunch. If I was to do that at a pageant, I think it would. I would probably win talent. Not to boost my own self up, but I think I would probably nail talent alone. Cleaning up the performance a little bit, polishing it up a little bit, but
But you
I think
definitely
I
have
would.
the groundwork taken care of for what you need.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I told Roman, I'm like, well, can I just do like a small one? Can I do like a sweetheart pageant? He's like, no, we're gonna thrust you into Mr. Gay. I'm like, no, I'm not ready for Gay USA. No, 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 no. This puppy ain't ready for that. Mm-mm, mm-mm,
I'm
I
ready to
can't.
stomp with the big dogs.
I'm not ready for that one. I'm not ready for showgirls yet, because I'll be ready to throw some beads on the stage,
And I'm just
bitch.
saying, why not? Get in there. They have newcomer pageants. A
See,
whole
I'd rather do a
bunch of
newcomer
them.
first. Yeah, see, I want to do a newcomer first.
But what
Let
I
the
can tell
name.
you, even if you do a newcomer, you cannot go to play because the newcomers are not
Oh, I
playing
know
the
they
violin
coming.
with
They
nobody.
coming. Yeah, they coming. They
The
want
newcomers
they
are showing
want it.
up.
They want it. And I think me watching Drag Race since it started and watching, even like a few documentaries on, the pageant world and in the gay world, seeing that it is a lot of hard work.
It
You have to really be
definitely is.
determined. You have to be prepared for the critiques. You have to be
If you want to
able,
excel and be a
yeah,
good contender, yeah.
and you have to put in the man hours of long rehearsals, going over that walk on that stage over and over and over and over, and not get the main thing I always take away, that I always remember, that I can apply in life, is never get stuck in your head. Don't get stuck in your head. Because the minute you get stuck in your head is the minute you defeat yourself,
Yeah. And
and it
that
shows.
saying is a lot easier said than done
Yeah.
because everyone has their little triggers, even if you don't know it. Something
Mm-hmm.
may happen and it gets you because you're under the stress or the pressure of presenting your best self, putting your best foot forward, knowing what they're going to see, what they're going to say, what they're going to judge. So little things that takes you off key is about learning how to bounce back.
Yeah.
Because
Because
everyone
even,
gets taken off their course a little bit, but you have to be able to
yeah,
find that space, that
because
place that helps you to bounce back.
it's like you said, it was 3 nights, and then on the final night, it's always something. It's the little thing that can mess up, and it just throws you off, and you're like, "Fuck! I need the duct tape. I need this. I need the glue. I need this." It's like, where is it? It's like you're like yelling at your team and everything, and even when you're out on stage, like when they did red carpet, a lot of
Hmm.
those red carpets were amazing. Geo looked amazing. Geo looked amazing.
Shout out to the Geo Glam.
Honey, he looked fabulous in that pink. Oh, I lived.
Yeah.
Ricardo looked amazing. And of course, Christopher Iman, our current Mr. Gay America, looked fabulous. But I noticed, yes, 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 yes. I noticed when they walked and they did that 3-point turn, that 3.5 turn, and they all did the same turn. It's like you have to be on it. And I was looking at their heel of their shoe. It's like, yeah, it has to
So
be
you have
perfect.
to be fluid in what you do.
It has to be. Now, I wish they had chosen a
Because
better
if you're not
song.
fluid in it makes you seem unsure.
Now, this is the only thing that would have threw me off. Why did they choose that damn song? I can't remember the name of it, but you know what song it is. It's old school. Like it was either the Delphonics or the Stylistics. That old school song. I'm like, of all the songs to choose for these men to walk out, y'all choose this song.
Yeah.
I
Well, some songs are just given pageantry songs, go-to music for certain categories. And,
I would have had
it's
something
based
so
on
different.
preference and taste.
Baby, I would if I was a music director, I'd have been like, no, don't play this. Put on some Babyface. Put on that that cool in you something, you know, because it's red carpet, you know, play the baby face cool in you, make the man feel good coming out. But but all in all, I think, you know, going into it, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
it's
So we'll see what happens
definitely
next
a lot
year.
of work.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next year because I know Roman is competing in another pageant. I'm not gonna say what it is, um,
Yeah.
but you know,
It's definitely a lot of work if you really want to be prepared for a pageant.
yeah.
Because I can honestly say this is the first time I prepared at this capacity for a pageant ever. I've always
Now,
been
is this your
able to get
only?
ready. I've always been able to get ready for a pageant,
Mhm.
but this is the first time I really had to dig deep to prepare. So it does take a lot.
So, is this are now? I know. Are you? Is this your first title holder, or have you? Are you a multiple title holder?
I've won titles before in pageantry.
Oh, like how many titles?
I can't necessarily count at the moment, but I can tell you I've won titles in everything from club pageants to international. Club,
You're
city,
that
state,
many.
regional, national, and international.
So you are a former, multiple, former this.
Somewhat, yeah. I've,
Damn.
I've a pretty decent resume, I can say, yeah.
So in other words, you're like, and again, boo. I put my babies on high pedestal because I expect greatness from them because I expect greatness from myself. So would you say you are the Naomi Campbell of the pageant world?
Not quite, and my attitude is a lot better.
Oh, I
I
think her
can say
attitude has
I
gotten
am,
better.
well, it is. I'm not going to throw nothing at people.
I mean, I thought
No,
her attitude's gotten better.
honestly,
I don't know.
um, I have a name in pageantry,
So instead,
but
okay, well
I'm
let me.
not one of the names in pageantry for whatever reason. But I've never been the one to have to be at the top or in the forefront because you're always going to notice me wherever I'm at. If
So you're like
that makes sense.
it does. I get it. So you're like, I really don't want to say Tyra, not our Tyra, but I mean, you
Mhm.
know what Tyra I'm talking. The other Tyra, the other Tyra. Um, would you say you are the Tyra Banks of the pageant world, since she's a little more likable? Ooh, that was shade. That wasn't shade to Naomi now. Uh,
I would say I'm Mother Africa of the pageant world, and those who actually know ballroom know who Mother Africa is. Someone
okay,
who's been out and in the forefront without knowing who she really was until you decide to find out who she really is.
well, break it down for me. Who is Mother Africa?
Um, she was in mainstream. She did advertisements. She did pictures, and no one knew she was a trans woman or that she was Mother Africa
I think
to
I
most
know who
people.
you're talking about. Okay. Oh wow,
Yeah.
she was
I,
gorgeous.
I,
Okay.
I would consider myself that because I've been around for a while. I know and have seen a lot that's going on. I may not be in the forefront as someone people see all the time, but if you know who I am, you understand why I am who I
I mean, there's really nothing else to say after that. I mean,
am.
I think that just sums up everything right there. I mean, I think I might have to leave it on that note right there. Damn.
No,
Well,
but
before
with
I mean,
all humility, it's not really about being the biggest name or the top name. It's about having an upstanding name and holding on to who and what your name represents in your branding.
and
And thus
representing
far, I think I've
it
done a pretty good
correctly,
job at that.
and representing it correct and acting accordingly.
Yes. So I will
Okay.
stay strong in that, whether I'm the biggest name or a name that nobody knows. I know I stand true into who I am and what I present and what I represent. So
Because
I'm,
at the end of the day,
I'm okay with
you have to remain humble
that.
at the end of the day. And I can definitely tell y'all, this man was nothing short of humble the whole weekend. He was so nice, and I mean, he had boys clawing all over him.
But even
But
with that, people got to understand everyone is a regular person. Whether they have a status, whether they're on TV, whatever, we're all regular people. And some regular people know how to necessarily turn it off, if that makes sense. You can be in the spotlight, but you have to be able to sit back, relax,
yeah.
chill, blend in, if you will, because
Hmm.
everything is not always about you. And sometimes life is better when you get to enjoy it and people don't make it about you.
Because I got a taste of that of the type of attention you and Roman get at the drag brunch. I mean, I was not used to everybody coming up to me and just thanking me and just I mean not thanking me, but just saying, telling me you did so good, you did so great. I just wasn't ready for that. I
But
was
you know
just
that
being
that's
me.
really humbling and exciting to know that people actually appreciate what
Yeah.
you took the time to really work out and put out.
Because I came into just ready to do my performance because I knew the one thing I was very confident of, not cocky, but confident about was my performance. Because I said, okay, when it gets to that if breakdown, that's gonna kill it, and it killed.
But you
And
executed.
yeah,
You
I had to make sure I
executed.
executed it, and that was my first time. I'm just like have to incorporate that into the routine and get back into the routine and it was so much fun and you know but uh again, I thank you for taking the time out to come and speak. We've been planning this since pretty much Labor Day weekend, so we've been talking
Yeah.
about this for weeks. And I thank you for pumping out the promo every single time I did it. I saw you did it, so I thank you for that.
I
um
thank you for even having me, giving me this opportunity to present myself so people can get to see a different side of me, know who I actually am off stage.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of
Definitely
people know
grateful
you
for that.
as the performer, but
Right.
then other people know you as Mr. Gay World New York, and other people just know you as Donald, the hair extraordinaire. So it's like there's many layers to you. And um to get to know you, you know, as just Donald is always
Mhm.
a humbling experience because all that glitz and glamour is taken away. I mean, y'all don't know. We talked and I know a little bit about his personal life and he shared so much, he shared quite a bit with me. He's a fur dad, I'm a fur dad. He's got a dog, I have a dog. So, we share that in common. Um but what is before we go? What is next? So what is next for you? You're doing Mr.
I'm
Gay
competing for Mr. Gay World USA.
Gay World USA. Okay. And that's in November in Fort Lauderdale.
November 12th to the 14th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, all right. So
Check
you
out
make
the
sure
Mr.
you
Gay World USA organization page for all access, all details. You'll find out about ticketing information, the pageant itself, the contestants, who we are, what we do. You'll get a little behind the scenes insight on
ooh.
what's actually going on.
Well, hopefully they'll stream the competition on Instagram or something, because I mean they did it for Miss Continental. So
I can say there are big things in the works for Mr. Gay World.
ooh.
The
Well, you
contestants
can
got a little insight. The
well you
world
can
at
tell
large
me
is
off
getting somewhat
camera.
of an insight when they make the big announcement Monday videos. So if you want to know some of the things and the exciting things that are happening behind the scenes and as far as the pageant, definitely check out the big announcement Monday videos. We have sponsors, we have clothing sponsors, television, hair and makeup. There's a lot going on. I'm
Well,
really
you can tell
excited,
me
really
that.
excited.
Well, look, you give me that insight tea off camera, Keita. I won't share it. Plus I have some I got some tea I gotta tell you when we get off of here. I'm gonna video call you. I got some tea to tell you about somebody very well known that's got some big things coming next year. But all I'm gonna say is you and everybody else watching, get y'all debit cards ready. Cause y'all about to be broke next year. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. But I'm gonna tell you the tea in a minute.
But I don't want to be on the broke side. I want to be on the side making the envelope. So you tell me how I get on that side. So while everybody else is losing money, I can make some change.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I got you. I got you. We're gonna talk in a few minutes. So Again, y'all heard him. November 12th to the 14th at Fort Lauderdale, Mr. Gay World USA. Y'all make sure y'all go and vote for my boo so he can get medallion eyes, he can snatch that sash, snatch that crown, so he can bring home the
And
crown back to New
snatch
York.
that. The winner of Mr. Gay World USA travels to South Africa next year for Mr. Gay World. So I'm trying to get that trip as well.
Come on, y'all. We need to vote for him so he can, so he can go to the motherland.
Yes.
He can go to the motherland. So Prince Hakeem can go back to Zamunda and
Somebody
get it.
ride an elephant or jump with the gazelles and zebras and stuff. Something.
Well, darling, it was a pleasure. I cannot wait to have you back again next season because I'm sure you are welcome to come back again next season. Y'all, this is Donald, aka Neo, aka Nate, aka Addiction, for y'all know him as Addiction. If y'all watch the live of the Drag Brunch, y'all know I said his name on the mic. And if you want to follow him on IG, model_addiction. You can catch up with him on there. If he chooses to let you in his personal world, you can try to hit him up on Facebook. I was one of the lucky ones. He's just like me. I don't add just everybody. That's why I have a Velvet Rope Facebook page, so you can follow me on there. But anyway, y'all check him out. Support. And the next episode, y'all, will be October 17th. Not 17th, excuse me. October 24th. Sorry, October 24th. I have my boy Daryl, aka I can't even pronounce his rap name. Oh my God, it's so weird. I don't even want to pronounce it because I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, he'll be in the building. It will actually be my first in-person interview since COVID on virtual. Well, actually, it won't be virtual for us. It'll be virtual for y'all. But he and I will be face-to-face. I have new equipment coming. I have new microphones coming for y'all. And I'm still working on getting Miss Mariah Paris Balenciaga for November. And then our season finale is December 11th, the weekend of my birthday, where I turn 33. And Roman Tejour will be interviewing me. So I figured what better way to end the season to have somebody interview the interviewer. So,
and for those of you that have been following me, who have seen my posts and stuff of me being out, who have liked my passions, including the shirt that I have on today, MosesKingMenswear.com. Amazing designer, black gay designer here in New York City, heading out of Brooklyn at the moment. Definitely check him out. It's definitely worth it.
Send me that link because I'm already following Teddy Blaze because I need to get some of their stuff. Yeah. So I need to get this brother stuff too because that top definitely is cute. That top is definitely everything. I love it. Well, all right, darling. Well, we are gonna sign off, y'all. This video will be uploaded on YouTube a little later, and on actually I will upload it on my StreamYard a little later on in the week, so you guys can enjoy this. So if you didn't catch the live, hey, catch it again on October 24th. All right.
So Donald, thank you for watching. Love you guys.
Mwah. See y'all later. Donald, I'm about to call you in a few seconds, so have that phone ready.
Yes, sir.